Greetings people, it's Jared here, WolfK1, back to do another Transformers review. This week I thought I'd take a look at G1 that I've not reviewed for a couple of years now, just to see if my assumption of him still holds up. And I'll warn you now, this should have been a straightforward review. This ends up being a monumental fucking disaster, the likes of which I didn't even know I was capable of. So ladies and gentlemen, please sit down and enjoy this train wreck. This is the review for Generation 1 Hosehead. Okay, so here's Hosehead in his alt mode. Befitting his name, he's a fire truck. Not a lot of discernible detail really, considering it's all like sort of cast in block red. I mean, I know Inferno would have suffered the same problem, but at least he had chrome and like sort of things to, you know, sort of break it up a little bit. This guy is literally just red and black with like sort of the grey plastic. Sadly, on my one, the grey plastic is yellowing a little bit. I mean, as you can see on the other side, just here, it's not the same colour as this section just here, the ladder section. Now, Hosehead, I've not reviewed this guy. I think the last time I reviewed this guy was 2017 or 2018, something like that. So it's due a reevaluation. He is a second generation Headmaster. So after the first wave, which was Hardhead, Chrome Dome, Highbrow, Brainstorm, all the Headmasters got downsized. They're called junior Headmasters, if you will, at least in the Japanese continuity, I believe. And in the Japanese continuity, they're a lifeless transector, which is given the ability to move in that by the person who turns into the head and controls the body. In the Western release, this was he was partnered with a guy from Nebulos, in much the same way as the original Headmasters were. The problem with the second generation, what I call the second generation Headmasters from G1, is I kind of feel like they were kiddified a little bit. They were simplified. I say kiddified, they're a fucking children's toy. But they were simplified a little bit. And it although Hosehead is still cool, and I don't own Siren, I've got Nightbeat, but not complete. The sort of kiddifying them, if you will, I go back to that term, the scaling down of them and making them a little bit more moron grade, I don't know, in an attempt to save money or something like that, just kind of takes away from them a little bit. I still think Hosehead is cool, I really do, and I got this guy complete with his instruction booklet and everything for about I think 40 or 50 quid at a con one year. So for me, money well spent, because when it gets into the second generation things, Target Masters, Headmasters, Pretenders, all that sort of stuff, then everything is like sort of scaled down their later year release, and they're therefore more expensive because there wasn't as many of them produced as previous years. I think, you know, at this stage, the Transformers brand, the line in general, was very, very slowly starting to wind down. Interest was starting to wane a little bit, so there wasn't as many of these produced as previous toys in previous years. The wheels are plastic, wheels are black, no discernible detail. It would be nice to have a little bit of silver just to pick out the wheels there, just to complement the hubcap section, which obviously the silver pins. Obviously you can see where his arms and you can see where his hands are. But he comes with shit. So let's show some of the shit that he comes with. He came with one instruction booklet, not needed unless you're a dribbling idiot. He came with one handheld weapon, one gun, which also attaches to his alt mode, which I'll show in a bit. He comes with two of these tiny little guns that fit to the side of the alt mode and also become part of the helmet, the head section, when he's in robot mode. One helmet section to complete the head look. The other problem with these is, in the original ones, the head was all one thing. With the second generation Target Masters, there was a lot more easily losable parts just to make up the fucking head, which sadly didn't necessarily fit the body as it was too big. And this is his partner. I think his partner's name is Lug. Now, with the original Headmasters, let me see if I can grab an example. Let me grab my Generation 1 Arcana from Brainstorm. Obviously, he's got different arms. But yeah, that's how much they're scaled down by. That's a considerable difference, really. Arcana's maybe not such a good example because the faceplate here is glued shut. That was before I got it, but generally, in terms of the Headmasters, you would have transformed them like that. You would have flipped up this panel to reveal the face. On the second generation ones, they don't have that panel, so he's walking around with a fucking robot face on his back, which I've always thought was incredibly stupid. No articulation in the arms. The legs are just like one unit. It's a tiny little thing. Again, it is detrimental to the figure. I think scaling them down, I think was a bit of a stupid move. All the Headmaster Juniors, what is this guy fucking 4 years old or something? You know, but yeah, I think his partner's name is Lug, which is, you know, if I hated my child, I might go out of my way to call it Lug. I don't know. I'd probably just call it cunt. Lug is a bit of a stupid name. So I don't know in what relation that is to the figure. So this is Hosehead. In this mode, he's got a little bit of articulation. This little bit there can then extend all the way to the front. But because of this block unit, this can go up, cannot spin round, which is a shame. So he's only got that and like sort of going. You know, let me show that. It can go quite high, but really, you know, that's about it. So let's collapse that if at all possible. There we go. And that's pretty much his alt mode. His partner can ride the alt mode like the original first generation Pretenders, but he's easily on show. So let me see if I can give an example. It would have been nice if there could have been a section that opened up here and you could fit the Headmaster inside the cab, but that doesn't happen. Instead, in terms of this case, you put the seat helmet thing in here, which is a bit fucking awkward to do, really. It feels like it doesn't want to fit, but it will. So you put the seat there, right? Give the little Headmaster companion a seating position, and then he sits in there, right? And then you close it back up. I don't know what you're expecting to look at except the back of the cab. It's a shame because I know that Siren and I think Nightbeat actually had the ability to sit their partners in a like enclosed canopy, like sort of cockpit section. With this guy, you don't get that luxury. It's just, it would have been nice to, you know, I know this is all one unit and it will be for his legs and that, but just a little panel up here just to hide him would have actually really gone a long way. Kind of makes the figure a little bit shit, but it's not as shit as it looks, if you see what I mean. He's still a decent enough figure. The plastic is solid as fuck, but this here is a bit stupid. So we can attach the gun on the top of the alt mode, just like that. That can either sit like that or go back down here, whatever she prefers. I just tend to do it like that. And these two little guns here, I thought they went in the sides here, but they don't. They actually attach to the bottoms just down here. So we'll give him that one, and we'll give him one on the other side. And as attack modes go, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually not the worst I've seen. And considering there's so many fucking parts to this, and you know, 90% of them form the head, I've got to say, in terms of sort of accessory storage, that's actually pretty fucking neat. Everything goes on the alt mode one way or the other. So that's not too bad, actually. Ooh. Vodka. So everything is stored away. Everything goes somewhere, and gives Hosehead a little bit more of a complete look, like a more of a mean look. But at the same time, this here, I mean, this here is asking to be shot in the face, basically. One well-placed shot from the side, and your Headmaster companion himself is headless. But, you know, there we are. What do I know? I'm not a toy designer. At sort of 40 years old or anything like that. I am just the end consumer. So that gives me the right to bitch about it, basically. Even though it's a tiny little thing, but I think it's fucking ridiculous. Stickers are still quite good on this figure after all these years. I haven't bothered re-stickering this guy, to be honest. I don't think it really needs it. And yeah, that's about as much as I can say for Hosehead in his alt mode. So we're going to transform this guy. We're going to take it to robot mode, detach all the fucking things we've just put on it, right? Including this fucking idiot just here, right? Take him out. So, to transform Hosehead, right? Focus, thank you. Transform Hosehead is not difficult. Start by lifting this thing up and out of the way. Split the opening section of the cab just like that and fold it out to the sides, and then pull the entire front of the cab. Oh fuck, that's never happened before. Ladies and gentlemen, my Hosehead has just fucking died. Oh shit. Motherfucker. That's a clean break right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fucking heartbroken. Because that's not going to be easy to fix if I ever want to transform this guy again. And that's never, ever happened before. The plastic has never given any indication that it ever wanted to snap. Oh my God. Oh my fucking good God. Right, well, this review's gone out the fucking window then, isn't it, quite frankly. You absolute fucking cunt. You unimaginable fucking cunt. And I will keep saying you're a fucking cunt. I quite like this figure, ladies and gentlemen. I really quite like this figure, but I will go on record now and call this thing a fucking cunt, because that's what it is, right? Can I still transform this? Can I still transform this? I don't know. Yeah, look. Right, so you're supposed to pull that section all the way to the front, right? I'm gonna fucking do this review, right? I don't care that you just fucking snapped on me, right? You are getting fucking reviewed, right? These two sections here, for what it's worth, you pull these out to the front like this, okay? You then fold these two sections here to the back, right? Just imagine that this cunt still had legs, right? And then you pull these tabs out here for the hands. Hold on. Cunt. Right, and then, yeah, then that's the body, basically, for what it's worth, right? Then what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to stand on its legs like that, right? That isn't going to happen in this case, ladies and gentlemen, because this thing has just fucking died on me. Come on. Ah, shit, that hurts. So basically, he's supposed to stand like that, right? Imagine, if you will, this figure hasn't just fucking died on me. Do you know what? I've not had a fucking G1 Transformer break on me in fucking years, right? That joint was always fucking stiff. It was always stiff. Has never ever indicated that the plastic felt like it was bending or stressing or anything like that. You, sir, are a cunt, right? That's the robot mode done. Then we get to lug. Transform him, bend him over, right? And then put lug in the helmet like this, right? Like that. Put these two fucking things on the side of the head to give him his little antenna horn things, for what it's worth. For what it's worth, right? And then we put lug on top of the shoulders just here. He has a little text spec display. If I open that out, that's how it works. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Fuck you. Right. Ah, what a disaster. So this thing here, speed, strength, intelligence. Okay, so you put the Headmaster on there, and then the text specs. Jesus Christ, what's going on here? The text specs are supposed to display. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that too much for the time being. Hold his little gun in his hand. Yeah. Articulation wise, well, he breaks at the shin. And that's, there he is. That's that would have been Hosehead in his robot mode, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely fucking stunned. Absolutely stunned. You absolute fucking cunt of a toy. Having said that, however, He's got some decent sculpted detail on the body and everything like that. Shame you don't really see it because it's all molded in block red plastic. He was a good figure. I'll say that much. I enjoyed him. He was a good figure while he lasted. I did not expect him to fucking do that. So I'm still going to put this review out regardless, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not going to be fucking defeated by a piece of fucking plastic that's 38 years old or thereabouts. I'm the adult in this situation. I say what goes. You, sir, can fucking jump in a ditch. If anybody wants a spare Hosehead body for customs or anything like that, bearing in mind that this fucker has just completely that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is a clean break. That is a perfect clean break. There is no bending of that plastic or anything like that. That is literally sheared right off. I didn't as I said, that this section here was always get it on camera. This section here was always really tight to actually move that assembly round to get from that to that. Okay. I honestly did not expect it to do that. So if anybody wants a broken G1 Hosehead body for customs or parts or anything like that, do get in touch, and I will happily send it on its way. I now need to invest in another one of these fuckers. I'm fucking speechless. I am absolutely speechless. I can't wait for this review to go out because do you know what? Yeah, this is going to be the next review that goes up after what was the last one that came out? G1 Bugley. Yeah, this is going to be the next one that goes out because wow, fucking you, fucking cunt, fucking cunt, fucking cunt. So, ladies and gentlemen, I quite like that toy up until that happened. Would I recommend getting one? Sure, as long as that bottom section where the legs fold out and rotate doesn't feel really, really tight or as tight as that, because then you might suffer the same issue I just suffered. I'm going to go away now and have a very, very, very strong vodka and a cigarette. And what a fucking start to 2023, ladies and gentlemen. So far, my luck has not been on my side. This is a testament to that. This is Gerard Gavin Barry, also known as Wolfgang1, sometimes known as the El Fortunato, saying I will be back next week with hopefully a figure that doesn't fucking shear apart in my fucking hands. Do hope you enjoyed watching this abomination disaster of a review. This has never happened before. If it ever happens again, I might die a little inside. Until we see each other again, thank you for watching this. You can fuck off, and I'll see you next week. Until then, take care. And when tomorrow comes